southwest, it'll be coming to us anyway. So that's what we're doing. We're watching it. We're tracking it. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. Nice job. Okay. So Val's back in Altus here, but here's the concern. Here's the problem right now. The original tornado that was on the ground for 50 minutes, it was a mile wide. It was an EF3, maybe an EF4. Violent tornado, strong tornado, took out homes, farm equipment, west through southwest of Altus. Okay. And then it died west of Altus. That is now gone. But what's going on is this storm's not gone. So the party continues. And what I mean by that is, watch this hook develop here. Okay. That's a problem. And also another hook developing where Brandon is. We're showing big hail in Altus, but Val didn't have any big hail in Altus, did he? So it's a little bit aloft.
That's a good thing because that core is going just on the north side of Altus. So hopefully there are no baseballs in there, but there easily could. When you have a violent tornado, baseball size hails usually just hand in hand.
Yeah, it's just north. No doubt about it. I mean, it's big. They've had a little bit of hail probably in Altus.
Yeah.
But the biggest hail is to your north, up 283. And this is going to be tennis balls, maybe some baseballs in here. All right, so Brandon's right here watching this. Let's go. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to be bearing straight here.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to Brandon again one more time. Brandon, we have your shot up. There's your lowering. Brandon, that's it. You're looking right at it. You are on 283, just a few miles south of Altus, kind of in the industrial area down there on the south side of town. What do you think, Brandon, looking at it, looking off to your north there? How fast is that rotating?
You know, David, I would say it's moderate rotation at the cloud base. Clearly nothing like what it was earlier, but I still think that it's in the reorganization stage. You know, as that old circulation included, it takes just a minute for these things to come back around and live
guys,
and breathe.
they were talking about a tornado
in
a
winds
storm
right now,
that
as the
was
circulation is
already
just off to our northeast. Our road options are fairly limited here. It's either drop way south and then go back east towards Tipton, or kind of stay. We're kind of trying to float in between. One thing I can say is that the lowering back to the west-southwest is becoming more prevalent. It's lowered quite a bit. It's nothing crazy. They're both probably about the same right now. So there's two areas, again, fighting each other within the same storm. So, but I feel like the one back to the west and the southwest is probably trying to take over right now. Back to you.
All right, nice job, Brandon. Okay, so Brandon's going to stay with it as we keep, again, tracking this cyclic supercell. It has cycled right now, trying to produce yet another tornado. We'll see if it does it. We hope it doesn't, but we also want to point out, got another hook on the backside over here now, east of Hollis.
It's north of that storm.
Yeah, he's coming in from the north. It is severe. That storm's severe, and the hook's going to go right down Highway 62 again. So we got to watch that. There's your circulation right there. Nothing crazy. And then we have Jeremy, we have Brandon, we have Val, and Tom, all in Altus right now. And we have taken over Altus. News 9 storm trackers have taken over Altus. They're all over. So give them a wave when you see them going through town. All right. So tornado continues. Tornado warning continues. Right now, it doesn't look like we have a tornado on the ground. Let's go back to velocity and talk about, big hail. This is damaging hail up in here, right north of Altus. It's trying to tighten up right here. See the wind? The wind's starting to accelerate east.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I mean,
many times.
Right when you start to see that rear inflow jet start to feed into it, you get the circulation kind of on that east side or northeast side.
Right here. So tornado's going to be right here. Let's go to, Val, turn reflectivity on. I'm sorry. Let's see where Val is. Where is he in the rain? Yeah. Okay, he's still in the rain. Okay, it's going down 62. Okay, so tornado warning now continues for you folks in Altus for several reasons. For this right here, but this is southeast of town. Okay, this is for southeast of town. And then, is this warn back here now?
I'll show you. There's the confirmed tornado warning I can turn off. That's from earlier. You can see the red tornado warning.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the new one is for this right here.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's southeast of Altus.
It is southeast of Altus. That video is ready from
Okay. Let's take a look at some of the video from earlier and of this storm, what it was doing when it first set down. And take a look at this, folks. This has not been sped up. This is real time, multiple vortex. It looks like, it looks like something from Mars. It's just crazy what was going on in here. And whose video was this? Was this Tom Pastrano's?
Yes.
I mean, and again, it's all condensate. Yes, there's dust in here. There's debris in here. Wow. But watch the vortices, how fast they form, and then they break off because you have all these vortex breakdowns going on. There is so much going on. Look at the vortice there rotating around. And then you'll see another one form out here. Watch, it's just a merry-go-round. Watch this wrap around here, right? And I mean, that's already a strong tornado. And this is why when this moves through a neighborhood like this, while you have a house like right here that is basically 80% gone or heavily damaged, and the home right next to it is, part of the roof's torn off or some shingles are gone, and the guy across the street or 2 blocks away is nearly all gone. I think we froze up on that piece of video, did we not? Okay, so that was incredible. All right, so tornado warning continues for you folks south and east of Altus. And where is Tom? He looks like he is in it. He's on the backside of the wrap here.
Yeah, that's the other hook.
Okay.
And then the storm is getting stronger back near
basically
Hollis. North of Gould.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Hank right here, correct?
Yes, Hank's north.
Okay. And how far is Hank? Oh, Hank's a little bit out. He's still coming in.
And it is moving east-southeast.
Yeah, this is going to head down towards Duke. Might try to produce another tornado. The low-level jet we talk about right now, it's fully in rare form right now. That southeast wind at, again, 3,000 to 5,000 feet up, it's ripping. And that's what we talked about all afternoon. When that low-level jet kicks in, tornado genesis will be higher this evening, a higher chance this evening. And that's exactly what has happened. All right, so this is beginning to spin faster east of Hollis, right? This is spinning faster. Tornado warning continues south and east of Altus. Let's go to Balcaster. He's now east of the area of circulation.
Okay, put it on that little thing.
Yep. Val, what do you think as you look back to your south-southwest there? What are you seeing right there?
Well, that's what we were looking at. Amy just found that in the camera. We got out of the rain. We still got a little bit of rain falling right now, but we're able to see we're out enough. And I would say that is a slight lowering over there, and that might be where things are trying to ramp back up. I'm not for sure until we could get under it, but it's definitely structure. It looks like it's under the base to me, and it's trying to become a lowering. How significant it is, or if there's rotation, I'm not sure yet. Give me about 3 or 4 minutes, and we ought to be able to see it. Back to you.
Okay, I see a little bit of a lowering there. Yeah, there it is. So that's trying to poke its head back out here. No doubt about it. I mean, this is going to be east of Altus. We still now have the one big storm, right? But now we still have the other supercell that's in behind this one. All right, let's go back to radar here, and there it is. And so we have these. By the way, Oklahoma City. I mean, this is in far southwest Oklahoma. This is way down here, right? And so we have 2 supercells moving east-southeast at about 15 to occasionally 20 miles per hour. And they're going right down Highway 62, big supercell here. And you can see the hook on that, another hook developing on that, big hail, big wind.
I'm just going to turn the warnings off here, David, for a second. So
yeah, it's fine.
So many things going on.
All right.
There you go.
So
look at the hail. Wow. Look at the hail core coming up now south of Reed.
Yeah, baseballs.
Oh, yeah. That's probably baseballs, if not softball size hail.
Yeah, so look at the hail cores here, folks. Damaging hail. Yeah, this is tearing up a lot of property right now. Tearing up a lot of property.
And the wheat crop and the peanut fields.
Yeah, and the wheat down here that looked good before this. I know. It's not good. It's been a crazy year. We've had we had 85 tornadoes as of this morning. Right now, we're looking at least another 15 for the day.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe more.
You have to count those individual vortices, those individual satellite tornadoes. At one point, there were 3 on the ground. I was looking at that looked like, if you were zoomed in on it, would have been just a tornado on its own. And then you zoom out and you've got 3 of them circulating around the mesos. Wild.
Yeah.
How do you count those individually? It
was crazy. I mean, it was truly, truly crazy. All right. So big hail from Schroeder over to Russell. Baseballs, maybe some softballs in here. And then down to Gould. And then down to Highway 62. And this is developing a little bit of a hook. We got to watch this. Right now, it's severe. Winds 50 to 60. Damaging hail. Winds 50 to 60. And then as you move farther east, here's the new mesocyclone right here. Here's Altus. right? Here's Hightower. Here's Val, Brandon Pennell, Jeremy Carter. And wow. Okay, so circulation is not as tight. Nothing like what it was when it was producing the Maxi tornado, the violent tornado. Nothing like that. But man, this thing is still playing for sure. Okay, so this keeps going down 62. The tornado threat is south and east of Altus, but not by much. Jeremy's right there looking right at it. The next hook's in behind it. And then we have the third hook trying to come in now down Highway 62. Okay, so the tornado warning continues for south and east of Altus. This is the velocity data one more time.
Okay, I just put the track on there just so you can see.
It's fine.
Cache 931, Medicine Park 953, and Lawton, if it holds together, around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and you know, I find it hard to believe it's going to die before it gets to Lawton, at least producing, big hail and all the above.
And it's still moving very slowly, so we'll see.
Yeah, right. Okay. Hey, Amanda, you've got a little more at the news desk. You want to take it if you're ready to go?
I do. I just want to pass along to our viewers because we've been making calls to see about damage in and around the path of the tornado.
Yeah.
Just talked to a Jackson County Sheriff's deputy, and he's telling me he has guys that went by and they did see damage. They saw 4 homes damaged right near Highway 62 and County Road 196. So this is going to be closer to Altus. It's going to be just west of town. We do have our news crews headed that way. So as soon as we get eyes on it, we can tell you what type of damage it is. We'll pass that along as well. But we are making calls all around to that area just to see if any other homes have been damaged. So no reports of any injuries or fatalities. So that's the good news right now. And there are some power outages. I don't think those numbers have caught quite up yet, so I don't want to pass those along. But we do know power outages in the area, hail in the area. And David, what we're hearing so far, 4 homes hit near Altus around the County Road 196 and Highway 62. David, I'll toss it back over to you.
All right. Okay. So, and again, this is what our trackers have confirmed by what they were seeing. We knew we had damage. We had that one home that was hit live only on News 9. And that was horrible because the tornado sat on top of them for a couple of minutes on top of that farmhouse. And it just kept hammering it. And you can see the chimney, and we'll find out what happened to that place. Hopefully they're okay. We do not know. And if anybody knows when you were watching, where we were, what we were looking at, let us know, right? Give us an update on if you know how folks are down here that have been hit. This covered a lot of real estate, and there are many, many homes and ranches and farms all through here. Okay, let's jump back into this, and let's go back to...
I was just showing you there's a shower. It's probably Anvil precip over Godebo and Carnegie, but it's watching that kind of move up to the northeast.
Okay.
It's not doing much at the moment, but...
And data doesn't do anything with it, right?
Correct.
Not that that matters.
Right. Yeah, because these storms they're still going very strong here at 820.
Yeah.
So... They are moving kind of that east-southeasterly direction.
Right.
Still, as of right now.
Right. Hey, where was that track you drew? Is that on links 3 or 2?
It's on 2.
Let's go to links 2 here real quick.
It got a little squirrely there at the end.
That's all right.
This is a very precise location based on velocity data.
I like squirrely. This is, and again, this is Highway 62. Altus is 10 miles east of that intersection behind me. The tornado set down right here. And you can see farms in here, little homes, a couple of homes, home here. And that was the path of the tornado. And look at the path. Look what it did. It occluded. It lifted north as it was going into its dying stage of life. Crossed Highway 62 and then died right there just to the west of Victory. Andrew Adams, what you got? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, now that we got the path on there, Highway 34, Jeremy was saying he saw almost a mile of power lines down
back here
on Highway 34. And you notice that's a north-south highway.
Yeah.
Which means that you know, perpendicular crossing, that means that that's more of the width of the tornado.
For sure.
As it was passing Highway 34.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were saying, you know, half mile to possibly a mile wide. I mean, it for sure was multiple vortex tornado, like we've been showing you in the video here. And we had it live, for goodness sakes, only on News 9 for I don't know how long.
50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, just incredible. But we have news crews on the way into Southwest Oklahoma. Trackers are still down here tracking it. And Marty Logan, look at that guy. Talk about a guy with no quit. That guy's coming in from the north. I mean, remember, he lives basically in Canada. I'm just kidding. But he lives in Northwest Oklahoma, and he'll drive anywhere for anything. All right.
Look at the hail northwest of Duke.
Yeah, no, it's big hail. I mean, it's the hail core. Is it as big? Yeah, it's still. Yeah, no, it is. I just talked myself out of it.
Yeah, it may have shrunk in size slightly, but
yeah,
I don't know if the hail sizes have come down.
No, that's a big hail core. It looks like it might have weakened there, but still, it's between Russell and southeast of Schroeder. My gosh, look at storm strength. Have we seen it this year very much? Maybe a couple of times.
Yeah, the supercell that went for the hundreds of miles on Sunday,
it did that
the entire way. It was just like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got multiple storms that merge, and then this one beast of a storm takes over.
Yeah.
And that one, I mean, has produced multiple tornadoes tonight once again.
I mean, tonight was truly textbook. We said 2 storms merge. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get worse. Low-level jets kicking in.
Yeah. And there are years that just disrupts everything.
Yeah.
But that's not happening.
No, not this year. This is the year that it takes very little to get a whole lot. And we have proven that over and over again. This hook continues to ramp up. This hook is getting stronger as it's coming into Duke.
Val said he's got a developing lowering.
Yep, there he does. I see it. So, okay, just to get your bearings straight, here's Val and Brandon. They're both there together. And Val's going to be east of Altus. He's right here. And let's take his shot now. He's just to the west of Hedrick.
Okay.
Val, your shot's a little bit frozen up on us there, but go ahead and give us an update.
All right. So, yeah, what's going on is we noticed it looks like it's ramping up again just south of us, okay? A mile and a half south of the highway here, maybe 4 or 5 miles east of Altus. We're driving south, and you see this lowering down here. I mean, that's kind of the first clue that this thing's getting stronger and ramping up. Now, I'm not right under it. I can't really see what the rotation looks like on it, but I can say the north winds feeding into it have really strengthened where we are. And to me, it looks like it's on an uptick at the moment. So we'll watch it for you and track it. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. Nice job, Val. And Val has just had an incredible day along with Tom and Jeremy on these storms. I mean, you're not going to find more experienced veteran storm trackers than you're going to find here on News 9. You realize you combine all their years of experience storm tracking over 300 years? Yeah, go find that anywhere in the country or the world. No joke, right? These guys are the best at what they do. I mean, they're the best. Every time they go out, they play like they're in the Super Bowl, and they play hard, and this is what they do. They hunt down and track down Oklahoma's crazy weather, and they're really, 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 really good at it. If they weren't, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be doing this for us. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing right now. There's his lowering. Yeah, that's coming around. That's definitely coming around now. That's going to be east of Altus. And, folks, that's going to try to head towards Snyder or just south of Snyder. Okay, not on the ground. You can clearly see that. But this is how the whole other thing began earlier. What I don't like, though, is now we're getting to the nighttime phase. We have a little more daylight considering we're in southwest Oklahoma. You have a few more minutes of daylight than we do here in Oklahoma City or points east, obviously. This thing is not tightened up yet to tornado strength as far as getting a tornado yet, but you can see Val's shot. And he's okay. Oh, yeah, Val's shots. I'm sorry. My bad. I was looking. Yeah, Brandon is still going east. And they're together, though. They're 2 miles south of Highway 62. Still going east. Okay. Let's go to Brandon here. Let's bring Brandon in. And I think that's Val in front of Brandon, as a matter of fact. Okay, they're tag team in here. Brandon, what do you think? Your picture looks really, really good there. Give us an update. How fast is that rotating right there? It's trying to tighten up. It's trying, but it hasn't quite done it yet. Go ahead.
Yeah, David, that's right. So, yeah, that is right in front of us. As we're heading south on the same highway, I'd say it's weak to moderate rotation at times. It's nothing off the charts by any stretch. But when Val was saying that the north winds had picked up, so he was coming south as we were coming east out of Altus on a further south road, and we basically met. We were taking winds out of the north and northwest, and then to the northeast, the further east we got, at probably 45 to 50, approaching 60 at times, feeding back into this. And another thing, Val might chime in on this in a second too, but it looks like we can see what looks to be another pretty well-pronounced base straight to our west, literally right out our passenger window. So that could be that back hook trying to come around, and we're right here on the southern edge of the old circulation. So we're going to have to stay right here with it to see which one finally figures itself out, if they're going to fight each other for a while and, do what they've been doing all day. and become one. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Great job, Brandon. All right. So, hey, Brandon, I want to point out, just listen to me here. Your roads are going to get really gnarly, and they're not going to be any good. So you're going to have to probably turn back north. There's a new area that you're looking at, but look back to your north. Not very far. There's another area of circulation now just to your north, Brandon, that's back up towards the highway. But your roads, it looks like to me, because of the river, you're going to have to make your way back north as well. So here's Brandon, and new little area of spin right here. Let's see. Let's go to velocity data one more time. Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's not quite as pronounced. There's little kinks right here, but it's not quite like what it was. There's Jeremy's shot. And Jeremy's farther south now. I don't hear you there. Go ahead.
It looks like it's moving easterly now too, just for the trackers in the field. See how it's moving and progressing over, kind of paralleling Highway 62.
Yeah, more east now. Well, I say, yes, that is. And then I look back here, and this is.
Oh, it's almost pivoting. Yeah.
I mean, it's like this is trying to do this, and then this is trying to do this.
On the backside.
So, okay, look at Hank's shot. Goodness gracious. So let's see what these storms look like. Let's go to Hank's shot here, control room. We can squeeze back radar behind me. That's textbook. Back sheared anvil. Look at the plates. This is downward convection. It's going up so hard and fast that the convection is coming out of the anvil. See, that's knuckling back. I call those cauliflower knuckles. And it's incredible to see in his video in person. It'll make you take a seat. I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's incredible. That draft. Remember, this is going 60,000 feet. You fly in an airplane to here. That's 60,000 feet up, and this whole thing is a deep mesocyclone spinning from left to right. That is an incredible shot, and that's the reason. All those things. That's the reason why we've had a long track, strong to violent tornado today. We're checking on damage. We know we have damage. We're checking on injuries and fatalities. Andrew Adams.
Hank was saying that's the Gould storm, not the other one. So that's the westernmost storm right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's on the west side. Okay. Still incredible. Still amazing to look at.
Video's ready.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the video here again. And this is from a little bit earlier. We have your times on here for you. And folks, not sped up, real time. 1 tornado, 2 tornadoes, 3 tornadoes. Keep counting them. That goes away. Again, not sped up, real time. No trickery here. Okay, watch it. Okay, we get a 2 breakdown. Another tornado. Another tornado. Another. How many? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what, a minute, 30 seconds here so far. Now we get another cone. Another tornado. Multiple vortex. Another tornado. I mean, it's a horizontal tornado. Look at that. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay, and then here goes another one. All right, so there goes another one. I mean, this thing went on and on and on and on. Who shot this? Was this Val?
That was Jeremy.
That was Jeremy's stuff. Okay, yeah, that was wild stuff. Okay, we had that live again, only on News 9. All of our trackers did. We had this thing circled. I mean, we were slicing and dicing. Our guys and gals today, folks, it doesn't get any better than that. That is precision storm chasing at its finest. Surgical storm chasing. Right there. Get in on it. Listen, anybody can chase and get 4 or 5 miles away. Great. Nice job. But to get in close like that, why do we get in close? Do that people go, well, because you're crazy. That's fine. I'll own that. But also, you get in close so you can tell people at home and the viewers at home exactly where that tornado is, right? Nothing better than eyes in the field. Nothing better than eyes in the field. Looking at the tornado at blank range. I'm at the corner of this and this. That's why we chase like we do. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jen. Okay. So going down 62 here, a little bit of an increase now in that. A little bit of an increase now to the east, west of Hedrick. A little bit back here. And what's going on back in here?
That's the hook. And there's still nothing really organized southwest of Altus.
No.
The air's pretty worked over in this area, but it's trying to almost push to the south on that backside.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say the south end of that, if you look on reflectivity from Frederick and the laps, it looks like it's gusted out a little bit. You can kind of see the gust front south of Valesti and Humphreys, basically from where Val and Jeremy are.
Yeah.
To the southwest.
Yeah. Nice catch. Nice observation, Andrew. Very good, my friend. Yeah. So here's the deal. By the way, Mesonet, is it showing anything down there that I'm just curious if anybody's? I'm going to look at velocity data. Let's check.
You mean wind gusts?
Yeah, gusts out of the north here. Look at velocity data. Let's see what we have here. We're out of Frederick. What do we have? Yeah. So this is coming towards a little bit of a way here, but that looks kind of weird. And then more towards trying to look at again. If they have a north wind underneath these, they will not produce tornadoes. They'll produce wind and hail all day, damaging wind, damaging hail.
Altus did have a gust to 68.
Altus did?
Uh-huh.
There's damage in Altus then. At least some. What about power outages when you guys get a second?
Amanda was just talking about that. It was still delayed. You do? Okay.
You have it? All right. Amanda, you and Carl at the desk.
You got
Give us an update. Go ahead.
So right now, 61 customers without power. That is statewide. I think some of those numbers are going to be delayed because there has to be more people without power right now in Jackson County. We've been making calls too on the surrounding areas where this tornado went through, and we did just hear from the sheriff. I want to give you the very latest here. Okay, Jackson County Sheriff telling us they have a lot of power lines down in that area, which we know, we've seen that from our storm trackers. They have several tractors and equipment that have been overturned in the area. And they have, as we previously reported, they also have those reports of the 4 homes that have been damaged on the west side of Altus. They're waiting though till they can actually get there because the power line's down and the storms as well.
And that's kind of the situation when you have a storm like this. Just takes a second to deploy all those crews out there to get a official damage estimate out there, but that's what's happening right now. Yep. It sounds like as crews are getting out there into these neighborhoods, out on these rural roads, and seeing the damage.
So as soon as we get more information, we will let you know, David. For now, though, we'll send it back over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Nice job. Okay. So,
guys, this is a lowering.
We'll call this the mother
this
storm.
One has already produced a 3/4 mile wide tornado. Anything south and
what time
east
did it start,
of
Lacey, as far
Altus,
as
Oklahoma,
5:30?
you are in a tornado warning.
Yeah. What time was it?
Seek shelter
How about
now.
track?
Yeah, it was somewhere in the 5 o'clock hour, but the actual tornado, the large violent one, touched down at 7:04.
Okay.
Was the timing. It was
Yeah. The whole thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay. So what I like about this shot, big storm, big hail, big wind, big storm, big hail north of Duke, damaging hail north of Duke, tennis balls, baseballs, and a hook on that. See how these are sliding southeast? See this green line in here? That's the outflow boundary. So as long as these storms have a north wind undercutting them, not a southeast wind feeding them, but just above our heads, remember the 850 jet I was talking about? That's above this. That storm is still being fed by the low-level jet. That's why it still looks like that, even with the north wind at the surface. But here's the deal. It still has a north wind. So it's almost nearly impossible to get tornado genesis out of that storm because of that green line right there that is accelerating to the south, producing big hail, big wind all day, all night, right? But this is the problem, is that this green line wraps back into right here. Now, the hook on this is back by Altus, but the other inflow area is a little farther east. But there's nothing imminent right now as far as the tornado, all right? And looking at velocity data, there's broad areas of spin, but right now there's nothing in there where we're like, oh my gosh, or would tell you, right? Shear rate, sure, has the line of wind from a west wind to a
so essentially what he is saying, this is a radar indicated circulation in a tornado
coming into Hedrick,
confirmed on the ground.
Hedrick right now going down 62.
Take shelter.
But the hook is back here with a north wind
available.
So that will not produce.
David, Brandon said he's got an update for you.
Yeah, but points farther east we have to watch. Let's go to Brandon Pennell and get an update from him. Brandon, what do you think? Incredible storm. And what's your wind right there? Give us an update on what you're looking at right now. Go ahead. You're just to the west of Tipton, down south of southeast of Altus. Go ahead.
Yeah, David, that's right. So we're on Highway 5 southeast of Altus. One thing I can tell you that I heard you talking about it, so we started kind of trying to pay attention and gotten a better position. So this is looking straight back to the west, and you can see, that storm's pretty far off. It's got a pretty good lowered base on it, but we're taking north winds here that have undercut this storm on the south and southeast side. Now, that doesn't mean that the storm further to the west isn't getting inflow. And another thing I want to tell you that's coming around that west storm, as I pan back to the southwest, you can see the RFD coming around on the south side of it and pushing all of that dirt and wind back to the west or back to the southeast.
Okay, so what he's talking
tremendous
about
amount
is
of wind still to
RFD,
our west,
rear
being pushed
flank
to the south and
downforce
east off
or
of the west
down
storm.
pressure.
And actually now, as I
That is
pan back to the
outflow.
right and I zoom
What
in,
he's talking about
that
for
right
the
side
north
right there is really,
undercutting the storm.
I can't tell
is
if there's
the
pretty good
forward
movement, but it's
flank
you know, that
downdraft.
continues to
So that's what
evolve.
feeds the
I think
storm.
it'll be the storm that's probably this whole in here still needs to be watched. We can still see a little bit of spin. You know, you're saying the 850 jets kicking in, even though we have north winds at the surface, we can still see spin in the mid levels. You know, so it's going to be a question of can it latch back on or does the gust front wash out or whatever. So we're right here with it. We'll let you know if anything changes. Back to you.
All right, nice job, Brandon. So we're going to keep tracking this. Again, right now, tornado is not imminent right now, but circulation does continue, but it's a far cry from what it was earlier. Okay, so we have two large supercells. We have the mothership, we're calling it. That's the storm that produced. I just gelled my hand, so it's okay. This is the big supercell that produced, again, the large and violent tornado on the ground for over 15 miles, on the ground for 50 minutes, that put on just an incredible show. It was just, oh my gosh. And then this storm has not produced a tornado, but still producing some wind and hail. Your gust front is down here, and this is behind the gust front. But let's go back to what this looked like earlier. And this is when we had it live on News 9. We have 50 minutes of this. This is just some of it. But count the tornadoes with me. 1, 2, there's 3 for the day. We had more before this. This is about number 10 or 12 for the day. Okay, so that goes away. Look how fast. All right, vortex breakdown. Now watch, digging, lifting. Digging, lifting. Here comes the next one. Look at that. Boom. Right? So this is why when it's moving through a neighborhood, while you have a house that would have heavy damage, look at the vortices here. Come on the, oh my gosh. Okay, look at this right here. I feel like I'm watching it live again. Goodness, look at all that. I look like Medusa, I'm telling you. Is that right? Is that right? Is that what I'm saying there? Okay, all right, make sure. Just asking. If I need to be corrected, Phil, free to jump in at any time. Because I know you will. Yeah, octopus, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's a bad deal for sure. That was Jeremy Carter stuff. Crazy. All right. So this keeps moving east-southeast down towards Tipton, right? Lake Frederick, Snyder, prepare for big hail in Snyder. Tornado warning continues, right? Tornado warning, not on the storm back to the west for a tornado, but for hail. And that's going down 62. Let's go to Tom Pastrano now. Look at these shots.
Yeah, Brandon has a great shot too.
Okay, and let's get an update from Tom. Tom, big hail is right on your back end. Big hail on your back end coming right down 62. And Tom, I just want to say, great job today storm tracking. You were all over it from start to finish. Good job, my friend. I owe you a dinner. Go ahead, give us an update.
Hey, thanks. I'll take a steak dinner. But so right now I'm on 62, and I was in some golf ball size hail. It's right behind me, like you said, and I had at least 60-mile-an-hour winds blowing that hail sideways. And up ahead on 62, the power lines are down across 62. So I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do. I might be trapped here and get ready to get some really big hail, but I'll let you know. It looks like it's closed, though, up ahead. Back to you.
Hey, Tom, real quick. You are coming up on the damage of the tornado. As it occluded, it crossed. You are just past the bend, correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's got to be right where you are. I mean, it was weakening, but it crossed Highway 62 pretty much where you are. Okay, I see power lines. Power poles are snapped off there. I see emergency crews in front of you. What's going on up here, Tom? Give us an update.
It's about 2 miles from the heart of the path right now.
Tom, you're if you heard Lacey, you're 2 miles away from where we think that the heart of the tornado passed. Go ahead, give us an update.
Okay, so right now I see probably about 8 power poles that are just leaning, with the lines leaning also. I don't see them crossing over the road, but yeah, there's quite a few power poles that are down. It's a mess down here. It's going to take a lot of time to get all these poles back. just in this path of the tornado. I've seen so many lines, so many power poles snap. So and there's a trailer also that looks like it has a little bit of damage, but everybody's turning around here. So I will see what I can do here. Back to you.
Tom, maybe pull up there and see if you can get through, and then see if you can keep moving east, because just east of your location is where that tornado crossed. It was weakening. And if you have any trouble from the logs, just tell them Lacey Swope said it was okay.
Perfect.
You'll be good. Tell them Lacey Swope, Cassie Hyder, and Andrew said it was all good. Leave my name out of it.
All right.
I maybe wanted down there. Okay. All right. Let's go back to it here. And there's your storm track now. We're looking at Tom Seed Reservoir, 8:52. Roosevelt, 9 o'clock. Snyder, 9 o'clock. Cache, 9:59. Lake Latonka, 10:13. Lawton downtown, 10:44. Elgin at 10:51. And this monster storm marching east. What's our speed? Are we still thinking?
I put it at 20, and it's barely moving 20.
Okay.
I mean, it's moving very slowly right now, but
Okay.
just to give you a little bit of lead time.
Yeah. Okay. So the tornado warning.
It's been dropped.
It's been dropped.
Yes.
Okay. And really right now, that's okay, because this is behind we'll call it, it's a storm generated cool front, right? That green line. You're not going to get a tornado out of that. You're going to get a severe storm with big wind, big hail, like destructive hail, like tennis balls and baseballs. And then this is going down 62. There's Hedrick, but the circulation, this front wraps in right here. See it, how it snakes right on top of Jeremy's car, right here, snakes back in, and then tightens back up just to the southwest of Hedrick. Okay, let's go to our shots here. Let's go back to Brandon Pennell. And Brandon, it looks like you have a north wind right there, looking at radar data. And, the back storm behind you is behind the front. Half of your storm is behind the front. Your gust front wraps in just to your east and northeast, about 5 miles, it looks like. Go ahead and give us an update.
Yeah, David, that's right. So we've been kind of sitting here trying to figure it out. We saw Jeremy and Val to the east. So we've been playing, trying to figure out which storm, the west storm or get blast back to the east. So right now we're kind of headed back west because we saw that couplet. We thought maybe there might be some pretty strong straight line winds coming out towards the old Lusty area. But if you think we should, we'll turn around and blast back to the east to get east on this storm that has come through Alps. We were just kind of trying to play it safe and cover everything. So whatever you think. Right now we're kind of in between, so I really can't tell you what either storm is doing. Back to you.
Well, here's the deal. They're both very large storms. The storm you're on is the biggest storm of the day and has been all day long. But it's going to go right down through Snyder and Cache and then make its way into Lawton. So I tell you what, Brandon, just keep going east. Maybe get back up on 62 and just keep going east. We'll see what it does. Still have dynamics in place. These might start to weaken here, but right now they're still very strong, large hail damaging winds with still a tornado threat right now. No tornado warnings in effect right now. No tornado warnings in effect. All right, Lace, so lots of folks asking about, again, Oklahoma City's right here. And we had the one severe storm today during the 4 o'clock newscast. Moved in, we had some hail, we had some golf ball size hail, but this is not headed towards the metro. So, Lace, what you got there? Let's go to, what do you have that? Links what?
Just showing kind of the broad view here on Links 1, just to show you what's going on, because these storms are, they are way down in southwest Oklahoma. And switch radar here. There's really nothing else going on. And if we go to Links 2, we've got the model data, which has these storms a little further north of where they are. Models aren't ever going to nail it exactly perfect, but just kind of show you what it does.
Links 2 control
Links
room.
2, yeah.
And we'll show you here, and you'll see.
Yep, there you go.
So it's not perfect, right?
Sure.
But it's close.
But continues to take these storms and really just vaporize them in the next 2 to 3 hours, with additional storms taking off south of the Red River, down near Durant, and those push into southeast Oklahoma. So if this is correct, and right now we don't have anything north of these storms, this says the metro is quiet for the rest of the evening. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we've been down this road before where these are supposed to weaken. Low-level jet says, I don't think so.
Yes.
And then they keep going. So we will see. We will track it. We will see what they do here the next little bit. All right.
David,
so, yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, Tom's in that westernmost storm that's heading toward Altus and Olustee right now, and he's got his shot's not up in the
I see
the
it.
little 3 box. But
I see it up top. Yeah.
Blinding rain, hail.
Okay. Yeah, it's right on top of him. Okay. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Let's go to Tom Pastrano. He's in this And Tom, that's a horizontal wind with hail mixed in, it looks like. Give us an update. You're on Highway 62.
Power lines in a shot.
Power lines down from the tornado from earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. So they're draping over 62, and it's closed right now. I did have some golf ball size hail. It seems like the hail is getting a little bit smaller. Also, the winds are not as strong, but I did get some winds, probably approaching 70. So this is a pretty mean storm, and it's moving towards the east-southeast. So I'm going to have to figure another way to get around all this.